Alright, so let's continue from where we ended the other time. That time we went through how to creating your JavaScript for linking the pages together, and we were able to insert the codes from there. So today we are going to take a look at how to launch the application on your virtual device. If I say virtual device, I'm talking about a mobile phone sample on your system. And in Android app, you can create a mobile phone on your laptop by using the Android developer tool. There's a place where we can go to get the apps. So let's launch the application and do the virtual devices first. So this is where we've ended in the other lesson, where we've inserted the link for the login page. So if the person enter in his or her username and a password and immediately click on the login, it should move to this page. So when it comes to this angle to this buttons, you need to create the pages there, so that whatever he or she want to do, immediately click on, just open to the other one for him or her. Contact, it opens. Then about, it opens. Then call, it also opens the dial call number. So we are going to launch the application. We need to test this whether it will work or not. So to do the testing, you go straight. We have two ways of doing that. You either come here, you run this, or you right click on the application itself, then you choose run as. So you have two ways. So let's try this one. You choose run as Android application. So I'll click on it. Now when I click it, I have to wait for a while, so that the visual device, this is what I was saying, the visual device, you can create a mobile phone sample on your laptop or on your computer. So what you have to do, you just have to wait till it loads and comes to the desktop. So this is it. It says Android mobile phone. So I'm now powering my mobile phone, so let's have to wait. Now when you are waiting, you can see the console. You can see that the application and the system is running. We have the date and the time here, then the application name, we have the launcher and the new emulator with a visual device, as I made mention. You can even use your phone as a visual device. All you just have to do is that you go to your phone settings, you go to programming area or the developer area, you choose the USB badge, then you continue. And again, after this first option, have the DNS. The DNS, you are not supposed to worry about that. So you just have to move to the later found. It says yes 554. Then we have, it says waiting for the home. Home means the mobile phone should be on, so that the application can be installed on it. That's why it says waiting. So we just have to wait till it opens. Now when it opens, you can see it here. So let's continue with the other playlist. Now we've able to down the JavaScript for the main. Now we have to go for the work count, so that when the work count comes, this activities over here, any person or he or she just click on any of this button, there should be a function. So let's go to work count. You double click on work count JavaScript. Now when you double click, you come under in the work count extend, then you insert your button. So BUT control space button. The first one is what button 2. First is call right to have call news. About. And the next one says what contact. So these are my names for the buttons. So I'm done with the button for now. Then under here we insert your button And then, so let's go and configure the buttons IDs. When you come to here, you choose activity one. So we check the buttons ID. We have button 2, button 3, button 1, and button 4. So 1, 2, 3. So let's go back to this angle. We are doing the same as what the main page. So let's go back. Okay, let's pause and see. I think the setup has been installed, so let me open the virtual device and see what it is. Okay, it's still not open, so let's wait a while. So we continue from here. Now it says show button, right? So the first one says button 1 equal find view by ID, control space, find view by ID, r.id dot dot button 1, then angle, sorry, let me let me check from this angle. I think yes, I think the device is ready. Now let me wipe the screen to see the phone. I think the responder is taking us a lot of time, so let's wait a while it will come. So this is our virtual device. Now if you want to locate the virtual devices and everything, you have it here. It says Android virtual device for 14-inch size. This is what the screen. From this angle to this angle is a 14. Then the version of the phone is what this. I think you're having a problem with our mobile phone. It says process system isn't responding. Do you want to close it? Let's choose okay to go off. Now let's wait for a while. I think it's still it's not yet finished. So let's make this call. So all that I have to do is just copy and paste it for 4 times because I have 4 buttons. 1, 3, and 4. So let's go back to the Wacom and identify each and every one. So the first button, which is this one, says button 2 for about. So I go to button 2 for about, because you need to configure the page correctly. About. Then I cross check again. Button 3 for contact. Let me go back and check for the next one. Button 1 for call is already there. Then button 4 for news. 4 for news. Alright, so I'm done with this one. So we are going to call each and every button a listener, or we're going to give each and every button a listener, because when you check it here, we have 4 different buttons with 4 different pages, so we need to create links for them. So here we are going to call each button, or we are going to give each button a listener. But before that, let's do our add cast to it so that we do not face any problem or challenges in the process. Alright, then I'll do my save. So let's call the buttons. It says let's go for contact first, because contact is always necessary. Contact the set and click listener, new space and click listener, and then my droplet will open, or my command will open for me to continue in here, where I will insert the intent. So I just have to go and copy the intent. So let me import this listener before we go in for the copy. So I'll go to main Java, then I'll copy this intent, because for me to type it again it's going to be a long process. So I have to come here and copy it, then paste it in here. So if I finish pasting, I have to make changes to this angle, which is the main, then to the Wacom I have to make changes to it. So where am I coming from? Wacom to where? Contact. Alright, now we are done for the contact button. So what we have to do is just have to copy the same code here. So copy the same thing, or you can still type the same code for the next one, which is about dot set and click listener, new control space listener, then you close here, you paste your intent command here again, then you change it. So from Wacom to about. So this is it. So we are done for the about. Then we're going for the next one, which is call dot set and click listener, new control space for the listener again, then you close it, you insert your intent command, then make changes to it. From Wacom to call. So let me create a space in between. Then the last one, which is news dot set and click listener, no, set and click listener, new control space for click listener, then close this angle, paste my intent, then make changes to it. So from Wacom to what? News. Alright, so we are trying to tell the application that whenever he or she log in from this angle and comes to the Wacom, this button, any button he or she clicked, it should open to the next page for him. So we've created links to each button. Now let's go back to our work account. I think we have some red tag over there. One is the news, then the contact. The reason is that we haven't created the pages for it. That's why it's giving us error. So we just have to create pages for them by right clicking with the main folder. You select other, then you go in for blank, you give it a name, news, you click finish. Immediately you create the page. When you cross check it, you can see that the news will be off. This is it. Now let's go for the next one, which is the contact. So you right click on the page, new, you go to other, you choose next again, and you make changes to the name contact, then you click finished. So you have your contact tool already made. So let's identify them by their text. So let's go to the news. I'm going to make the changes to this one. News. Text size. Alright, so let's go for the contact, the same thing, make changes, contact. You can even add colors to it so that you have nice attractive page. Text size 20. So alright, so we have our contact. Now let me close them because I'm done with the contact and the news. Then there's about, so that when a person click on, we see about us correctly. About us, we insert the text size, good. Then the next one, which is the call. I made mention of, if you want to use colors, you can also set. Alright, so the pages are ready for running. So let me close it so that I'll get a shorter image. Alright, now let me repeat this area. Now, as I've been mentioned, when you come to the login, well, we log in the welcome page, we have 4 buttons. And when it comes to welcome JavaScript, we have 4 buttons names over here. These names, we need to give them links, each and every one. So if you can check it, I started with the news. I said set and click listener, then new, click listener again. Immediately I finish with this command, or have public void click on. Public means that when the app is open and he or she clicks on the news, it should move from welcome to the news page. So after inserting this code, I repeated it for other 3 buttons and make changes to it from welcome to the contact. Welcome to the contact. Okay. So these are the commands. Now let us run it and see what will happen to our system. Alright, so my app is being uploaded and storing, so we just have to wait a while for it to finish. Then we continue from that angle. So whilst we are waiting, it says we are almost getting to the end of our tutorials. So the next one is a project. I'll be giving you a project so that you will just sit down, think of what you want to do, then you develop it from what we've learned. So far, all the necessary things that you need is being given. It left you just a little bit, something like how to insert an image to it or a video to it. So you are going to insert those two. Then when you are done, you'll be given exercises to be done. Alright, now let's open our virtual device and see what is happening. Now the phone is ready for us to be open. So I will be wiping this to be open. Then I go to menu and search for my application. Alright, so you can see the Farmers app here. Then I have to click on it. When I click it, it should be open. Alright, so just claim this area, type my name, Anycom, password. I'll claim this one, type 12345. This one, type 12345 and pressing login. Alright, now you see that we have our pages here. It says welcome Farmers app. Now let's click any of those buttons and see what will happen. Good, so I have my news page open. Let's go back and click on the other next button, which is scroll. Good, so we are almost through to our first mobile app development. The left with adding an image and a video to your page. Now we've come to an end for today's lesson. See you in our next video.